Hey guys, back again today with my 1985 FG420-L. I call it number one, but that's not because it's the one I've had the longest of the three FG420Ls I have. This is the oldest of the three. This one was from May 1985. The one I originally bought back in 1985-86 was from November 1985, and then the third one I have is from 1986. But what we're going to do today, we're basically staging this. So Yamaha have always put a very deep dark stain on the rosewood fretboard, and it looks nice at first, but after 40 years it starts to look a little bit patchy. So what we're going to do today is what I've done to the other two, and I'm going to take a blade and scrape as much of the finish off as we possibly can, get back down to the rosewood grain, and then oil it up because it does look a lot better and we can compare it to the other two. And so that's what we're going to do today. Off to the bench. So please excuse the wind and traffic noise. It's a nice hot summer day, so we're going to be having that open. And as always, because we might not be changing the strings on this, we always loosen the skinny strings first. Because if you loosen the big thick strings, what's happening is you're going to put a lot more pressure on those thinner strings, and there's a bigger chance that you're going to break them. So if we do the skinny strings first, we aren't going to break the skinny strings, blah, blah, blah. So this one, as I say, is from early 1985. I think it was May 19th or something like that. Doesn't really matter. But we're going to remove the strings, remove the nut because, well, I have floating nuts on these things. I think actually this is the nut I might have cut myself. Yes it is. I made that nut. And we will be utilizing the rope trick so that we can keep the strings away from the fretboard, which is just, as you see, 3 strings either side, put the rope up between, and tie it behind its back. The back of its neck, and that gives us full access to the fretboard. So what we're going to do is take a blade, and basically what we're going to do is whenever you do this, drag. Don't push this way to try and scrape off the finish that way. Drag it, while remembering that the fretboard is radiused. So you want to make sure that you start about your thumb width at this side, and then just move across with the pressure equally across so that you try and keep as much of the radius as possible. We're trying to just remove the stain itself, so we're trying not to remove any of the wood. Away we go. So this is the amount of goo I got off of one fret. I first one carefully because I had to try not to scratch the headstock, but the second one, that is all just from the second fret. So you can see what kind of an amount is on there. Now obviously you can see a little bit of the rosewood in there, but to get it off of there is going to be much nicer. And this is basically how we do it. We just get on there, get down to that fret, make sure you've got the right angle on the blade, good pressure, and I'm starting on just the first, where the first string is basically, and give it a couple of good scrapes, and then slowly work your way across the board. And you're gonna have to do, like, it's about 30, 40, 50 scrapes on each board, but when it comes out like that, that's what you want. So just keep on going till you get to the inlay. So now once you get to the inlays, I'm just going to start at this side because that's my more dominant hand. And just be careful when you're going over the inlays because you don't want to pull them up or anything. What I do is just go close to, gonna have to do this other side, like as I say, it takes about maybe 30-40 swipes to really get it, to get all the finish off. But now I'm just gonna kind of go under but come to the side and try and go around the inlay as much as possible. Once you get cleaned up around it, you can make a couple of swipes over it, but you're going to be removing the inlay finish, so you want to be very careful with that. If you go up to perpendicular, you're going to get that jumping noise. You want to keep a nice angle on it, and then continue on through. And then we give it a good coating of fretboard oil, and the difference is going to be amazing. I just hope I can get my stinking camera to send pictures to my Gmail so that I can load them on this stinking video, because technology has not been my friend the last couple of days. So we make sure that we give this a good overall coating of the fretboard oil, not a paid promotion. And then we will let it sit on there for 3 to 5 minutes, making sure that it almost to the point where it pools. We want to make sure we get a lot of oil on there and let it seep in, because we have just opened up all the pores on this rosewood, so it will be really receptive to the fretboard oil. So let's get a good solid coating of it, and then we dance. And by the time I got up to the sound hole end of the neck, this other end was pretty much soaked right in, so it's going to take pretty well, I think. So now we just rub off all the excess. Once I did get it rubbed off the first time, I looked at it and you could tell that a lot of the oils had got into the fretboard. So chances are this thing, well, because we opened up all the pores, it hadn't got any oil that deep in it in 40 years. So it should be, it does, it looks beautiful now. Hopefully I can get some pictures to link to this, because this camera that we're looking at right now, that one sucks for close-ups. And now we're going to, I think I'm going to restring this with new strings and see how it sounds. Well, there's no buzzing. Let's check the height at the 12th. And what we have in millimeters is 175 to 2, 175, 175 to 2, 175, 175, 175. That's where I like to have it. And after a long hard day of messing with this thing and messing with my phone, and number one's back together and all ready for, I believe it's going down the road. I switched out the pegs. They had some Tusk ones in there that I wanted for another guitar, and these are, I think, the ones that came on this one, so they're going on this one. This is the nut that came on this one, so it's going with this one. But the saddle is actually a saddle off of my Seagull 12 string, so it's a compensated saddle, but it's the only one I have extra that I don't want to use on any of my other guitars. All my other guitars have saddles that are appropriate for them. So with that, thanks for watching. Please share, like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Tell me what I did right, did wrong. I know I do things wrong. I'm not a luthier, just an old guy with too much time on my hands. And so with that, have a good day. We'll check you out next time. Bye now. All alone or in twos, the ones who really love you walk up and down outside the wall. Some hand in hand, some gathered together in bands. The bleeding hearts and the artists make their stand. And when they've given you they're all, some stagger and fall after all. It ain't easy. Banging your head against some mad bugger's wall.